Hi everyone, Lewis here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys our first impressions of a new mod for ARMA 3 which just came out yesterday called Living Through. I know I make a lot of first impressions of stuff, but the reason for that is I'm a firm believer that you should probably get your money's worth out of ARMA 3 and also ARMA 2, which is why I did a similar thing back then. And all of these little mods will, give you at least a few hours of entertainment, if not more, and this one looked pretty interesting, so I thought I'd cover it. Why not get some more free content out of your ARMA 3? I'm sure a lot of you guys buy ARMA 3, ARMA 2 originally for DayZ, for Wasteland, for All Its Life, whatever. But yeah, this is an ARMA mod which is completely free, so why not try it out if it is something which interests you? So anyway, Living Through, it has a lot of things you might have seen in other mods before, but also has a lot of things you wouldn't have seen in mods before. So this is mainly going to be a single player mod, and since the mod just came out yesterday, there's not that many people playing it. It's really unpopular because I guess people just don't know about it. But because of that, this is single player that I'm playing on right here. You can play it with other friends and stuff if you do so desire, but I don't have any friends to play with, so I'm by myself. But just know that multiplayer is an option, but it's never, as far as I can see, I could be wrong here, but it's never going to be a massive multiplayer kind of thing. It's always going to be, I think, 4 players at max on one server, although, like I said, I could be wrong, but right now, in the current version, you can only have 4 people on at once, and past that, it's a joint experience with your friends, surviving. I know, it's a new concept, isn't it? Survival in a world, but it's actually survival which doesn't involve any zombies, which is one of the mod's main features, because some people just don't like zombies, which is perfectly understandable. So what does a mod advertise in terms of features? Well, like I said, the survival system without zombies, so you're able to drink, eat, craft, a bunch of other stuff. I don't know how the crafting system works too well. I don't think anyone does because, well, the mod just came out. But there is, I'm sure, a bunch of different things you can craft. A bunch of new weapons, a bunch of new vehicles, crossbows, axes, some really weird vehicles I've heard about, but I haven't ever seen in game because I've only played it for about an hour or so. There's a black market transaction system, so you can go over, talk to an NPC, wave at him, press 1 on your keyboard, and you can talk to him. And he'll either tell you to fuck off, as 99% of NPCs do, or I got lucky this one time, and this NPC actually traded with me, which is pretty cool. So you might have seen a similar system to that, I guess, in ARMA 3 Epoch. It does remind me a lot of ARMA 3 Epoch, also with a looting system. The mod has been in development for 50 days, so I guess it might have took influence from it. So the looting system basically works that you'll go into a building, and you'll find some loot, you'll check the loot, and you find loot inside the loot. Or you can also find the loot outside the buildings. But either way, you just go around and you find random items which you can look into and get stuff out of. It's pretty simple. Although most of the loot you will find will be from other AI around the area or through trading as well. So also the map you might have noticed is actually a completely new 20 by 20 kilometer map, which I forgot the name of already. But it's a pretty decent map regardless. I always love to try out new maps, even if it's on an old mod. But this is a new mod on a new map, so it was interesting. I wouldn't say it's the best map ever, but it's definitely got some unique features. The AI were talking about some kind of ghost city. Like, the AI will actually tell you about different things around the map, so I've got no idea what they're talking about. They might just be talking out of arse, but I'm sure the map will change over time as the mod is updated, since it is still in its early stages. Alpha! So, yeah, that will change over time. And on top of that, there's also female characters, which again reminds me of ARMA 3 Epoch. Like, I don't know, maybe there is something weird going on here, but I mean, I think I would have known if it was. But you can play as a female character, a male character, there's a bunch of new heads, a bunch of new clothes and stuff like that. And also, there is a system, obviously with drinking and whatnot, there has to be a system to make sure, that you need to drink. So if you press 4 on your keyboard, or if you look in your inventory and go in the bottom right beside the crafting button, there's a button which you can check up on how your character's doing. So, make sure he's not starving to death, make sure that he's not sick, that his health is full, etc, etc. So that is pretty simple. The mod is awesome for people who really want a single player experience, or like I said, with friends, without zombies. But other than that, maybe there's other things out there which are better. Like, for example, Breaking Point on ARMA 3. Although, saying that, I really like ARMA 3 Breaking Point, but everyone else seems to hate it. So maybe there's an issue with that, and maybe that issue is resolved with this mod. But it's mainly you going about finding randomly generated loot on this beautiful new map, finding these people who you can interact with, and deciding whether or not you're going to murder them, pretty much. It's very simple. You'll find a lot of AI around the place. You'll hear AI shooting at each other, so it does feel like a world which you're living in, even though, of course, it is going to be, for most people, a single-player, offline experience kind of thing. Also, right here, you'll see I find a beautiful crossbow on a man as well, and then I murder a guy with a crossbow. I like that weapon. It's pretty good. if you look at the thread for the mod, which describes a lot of its features, I'm not sure if a lot of these are in and I couldn't find them, or if they were simply ideas which haven't been implemented yet. But either way, the devs have got a lot of plans for things like, you know, crafting of herbs, or herbs, if you're not American, and stuff like that. Cleaning your hands in rivers so that, you know, you don't end up dying from sickness, infection, blah, blah, blah. A bunch of cool stuff which we've got plans for, but just they aren't in yet. So it's pretty cool that I've got some nice plans. And considering we've done this much in 50 days, which, like I said earlier, that's how long we've been developing it. Although there's a few people working on it, and I think they are Chinese, if I could be wrong. It's pretty impressive. Also, if you wonder about the backstory of this entire mod, because I think a backstory is pretty important to determine whether the mod's just like some people who've got some crazy ideas, or if it's like semi-decent. But essentially the backstory is about nuclear weapons. Yeah. Oh, sorry, nuclear weapons. It's good, isn't it? So I'll just read the background out loud. I think there's a problem with the development team being, like I said, mainly Chinese. It says the superpowers nuclear weapons, which equivalent to 5 billion tons of TNT, launched all around the world, an explosion on the planet in less than a year. After the nuclear war, a lot of dust gathered in the lower stratosphere and rotated to go along with the Earth's rotation. The world below 2,500 meters altitude, trapped in the haze of nuclear winter, human beings, I can't even read this, human beings not solely responsible for this catastrophe, God, I'm fucking embarrassed myself, but also the most direct victims. One, only lucky, I can't read this shit, physically highly qualified, less than 100 million people survive. They escaped to the survival spots around the world, Alps, Bolivia, Pamirs, Tibet. They escape to the survival spots around the world. I just read that. Okay, you get the point. If you want to read through the backstory yourself, then you're more than welcome to do so. But like I said, I think the backstory can really determine a lot of stuff with the mod. And in this case, I'm going to make an exception because of the development team's where they're from, the Chinese. So it definitely seems like someone whose first language isn't English made that. But that's okay, because at least we've got a backstory. It's better than no backstory at all, right? You might notice through this gameplay as well, I've used a lot of custom weapons. There's no normal weapons in this mod other than, I believe, the Lynx. That's the only normal weapon I can actually find. But even saying that, I think the Lynx might have had a custom skin, although I'm not 100% sure on that. It might be in the main ARMA 3 as well. But, I mean, there's not really much more to it, honestly. I just wanted to give you guys these quick first impressions to see, you know, like I said, if it's something you might want to check out. I played it for an hour, and I'm sure I'm going to play it some more later, especially with some friends, once I do find some friends or get some friends. It's really hard because I'm a massive dickhead, but yeah, once I got some friends, I'm going to play some more of this. You can do a lot of cool stuff which I haven't talked about, like, you know, waving to the NPCs. You can do that by pressing 3. You can put weapons on your backpack by pressing 2. And I'm sure there's many things which I just haven't discovered yet. I'll have to really play the mod for a bit longer, get some kind of flying vehicle, hopefully, and then try all of that stuff as well. But anyway, I hope the mod has interested at least a few of you to go ahead and check it out and download it and play it with some friends. There'll be a link in the description if you do want to do that. But honestly, I feel there's better things out there right now. But it's definitely still a mod to check out and play for a few hours because, like I said, it's different and it's on a new map. And maybe it's just me, but I could play anything as long as it's on a new map. Honestly, there wasn't too many NPCs when I first started playing this. And I was like, this is shit, but there's a new map. But then NPCs came along and I started popping heads. And I was like, shit, man, this is survival. Once you get into the depths of things, you are going to, you know, get a lot of combat with a lot of NPCs, or get into a lot of combat with a lot of NPCs. There's going to be camps around the map, and it will be, you know, that is the survival aspect of the experience, along with needing to find weapons, ammo, you know, different kinds of things around the world which will allow you to survive. You can't just sit there and just touch your penis, because otherwise you are going to starve to death. It's a very simple concept. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Like I said, if you guys want to check it, I'll leave a link in the description below. I will definitely come back to the mod if it does get a bunch of updates in the future, but I just wanted to let you guys know of it if you didn't, let you guys know about it even if you didn't already. And also, I'm hoping by making this video, I should actually gain some friends to play with, because no one knows about it. But now people will know about it, you know? Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time.